Hello, it's another life today. It's another day to have a very little conversation. So, today, I just wanted to say something. Not everybody wants a very chaotic life. So, I'm probably going to wait for one or two persons to join and then we would chat. So, if you're just joining, you're welcome to my life today. How are you doing? Don't forget to drop a comment. Don't forget to So I wanted to talk about something today. So if you're just joining, please don't forget to drop a comment. Don't forget to, if you have a question, you can ask. If you have something you'd like to talk about, you can drop it. So I was going to talk about something that I feel that a lot of people try to search for. Nobody wants to live a chaotic life. Nobody wants a very chaotic life. Hi, Chandra. Thanks for joining. You're welcome to my life. This is a very. I'm just. I thank you for joining, Robert. Thank you so much for joining. Please, we're just starting, don't forget to subscribe as you come. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. If you have a question, please don't forget to drop a comment. Hi, thank you for joining. This is Let's Talk with Enne. You're welcome to my life. I'm just starting out, and yes, it is where I am. Some persons it's not. We all have. I think it's the beauty of creation. We all are. We all are from. Imagine all of us at different time zones. For some persons, it's like in the night right now. For some, it's like 7 a.m. For some, it's 9 a.m. For some, it's it's 10 p.m., 11 p.m. or something. And for others, it's a different time. And we are currently in summer. We're currently in summer, and during summer, it could be like 4 a.m. and everywhere it's like very bright, and it's like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. everywhere is very bright, like it's daylight. So I think we are different times on this time around. Everybody, we are wherever you are. You're probably it's a different time right now. Yep, it's 10 o'clock, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 10 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m. If you're just joining this live, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to like. This is Let's Talk with Enne. I mean, this is a place where it's a place where I'm still growing. You can see, oh wow, it's 1 a.m. Wow, that's late. For some persons, it's like 10 p.m. Some it's like it's 9 a.m. actually. For some, it's 7 a.m. For me, it's 9 a.m. So you see, it's different for everybody. So you're welcome to my space. This is a very small space. It's a growing space. it's just a very small space that I'm growing. I talk a lot about productivity, about consistency. I talk a lot about self confidence. Wow, 1 a.m. And imagine that in your place, there in even in the US, there are like different time zones, depending on the state or city you are. So it's very, even in some countries, they have like multiple time zones. Some people, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. So we all have like different time zones. Like you would see that maybe in the UK now, it's probably 7 a.m. In some countries 8 a.m. It's 9 a.m. it's it's different for everybody. So it's sometimes I think about it and I'm wondering how possible it is. How is this happening? That even in the same country, somebody is in another city, and like now I stay in a place where we have up to 13 time zones. Like somebody, my friends in other cities are probably sleeping and I'm awake. And then my friends in other countries are awake and I'm sleeping, something like that. So it's kind of, I'm from Nigeria, but I'm currently not in Nigeria. So it's definitely 7 a.m. I think it's past 7 a.m. in Nigeria. So I was just sharing about how nobody likes a chaotic life, right? People don't like chaos. People want a very peaceful life. But even though people desire a peaceful life, it's not always as peaceful as we want. You can just be on your own and chaos will just find you. It seems like everybody desires peaceful life, but then you realize that when you even move, when you check around, there's some persons that like chaos. Like I used to have a friend while we were in the university. Whenever we go to the class to read, he doesn't like reading where there is no noise. He wants to read in an atmosphere that is filled with so much noise. He can't read in a very quiet. You can imagine that kind of person like chaos. Like they like all of the noise. Like I'm like, how do you want to read when there's so much noise? How do you want to read? But for him, that's what works for him. And so whenever we get to the class and there's no noise in the class, he moves from that class. He goes to somewhere else. I think he's also in the category of people who whenever they are reading, they kind of like they plug on, they kind of like listen to music. They like the noise from the sound. The sound helps them to read better. But for some persons, if there's the slightest sound of music or noise, they move away. Like me, if I want to read, I prefer to read where, wow, you see, it's very different. Like some persons can read, some persons when they want to sleep, they have to like put on earphones to listen to music. It's like, do you know that thing happened to me too? I once had somebody was always making so much noise around me. I mean, a roommate that was always maybe making noise, and if I want to sleep, so one of the things I do is like I have to imagine not being able to sleep with noise, but then you're able to sleep with music. It was like music used to add like a catalyst or something that stir me to sleep. Like it's like a rocker, like the music rocks you to sleep. So for some people, every night they have to listen to music before they sleep. It's like the music is what rocks them to sleep, like the way you rock a baby to sleep. And for other people it's different. So some people may like a little chaos, but for some persons they want a very peaceful. For me, if I want to read, I prefer to welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, Barbara. Some persons want to read in a very noisy. We are not talking about studying or reading, but it's just like a deviation from our topic. We're talking about living a peaceful life. But if you are just joining us, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe, to like. So we're just talking. I realized that for me personally, whenever I want to read, I prefer to read in my room where there's no noise, where it's just me and my books. That was when I was in the, that was why when I was still schooling. That like during my undergraduate, right now I'm not an undergraduate student anymore. I'm doing a PhD. Then when we used to read, I always want to read in my room alone because I stay alone, so it's very easy to read alone, no noise. But some persons say they can't read in their room because they will sleep off. They say the sight of their beds motivates them to sleep. But for me, it was different. I prefer to read in a very cool and calm atmosphere where there's no noise and a particular time of the day in the morning. My best time for studying is from like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. Anything in the afternoon, please count me out. I'm from Nigeria, by the way. So now, but we're talking about a peaceful life. In as much as there are a lot of things we cannot control when it comes to things that happens to us, there are things we can actually control. We can control some things to some level. There are things we can leave to chance, things that we don't have control over. We can control them. And the ones we don't have control, we leave them. You know, I feel like sometimes we do things that actually attract certain chaos into our lives. We do things that put us under pressure. We do things that makes us to be overwhelmed, that makes us lose our peace. So it's a deliberate, if you want yes, even while at that, you also there's a level of peace you experience and reduces the amount of chaos in your life. Deliberately going to do things that would bring, we may not be able to find exact or complete peace, but then you can reduce the amount of chaos in your life. That's the truth. You don't go about, and that's why I said that there are things you don't have control over. There are some things that happen in this life you don't have control. You can just be on your own, and then something just happens without you even making. It's not in, you can just be living somewhere. Yes, something like that. There are some things you don't have a control over. You can just be working so hard, and then one day you lose your job. It's not your fault. Something just happened. You can just be somewhere passing, and then someone comes to hit you, maybe with their car. There's no way you have control over that. But the things which you have control over, you try to do what you have to do. Sometimes I feel like there are things we do that puts us under unnecessary pressure. Things we can't control. You do what you can control and leave the ones you can't control. There are things we leave to chance and times. There are things we control where we can. Hi, Derek. It's been a while. It's good to see you after 1 month or 1 year. I hope you're fine. Good to see you after a long time. So we're talking about living a peaceful life. And we are saying, is it possible to live a life completely free of chaos? For me, if it were a debate or an argument, I would say, even though it's not you can't live a life that is completely free of chaos. You can reduce the amount of chaos that happen, and you can be deliberate about living a peaceful life to an extent. It may not be complete, but at least it's not as chaotic as it should have been. There's something I learned from my dad, that I discovered that he has a very peaceful life with no stress, so much of troubles. My dad is very content. It's someone that he's very content with what he has. He doesn't put himself under any pressure. He doesn't compare his life with anybody. He doesn't try to, he's satisfied with what he has. And so, yes, that's too, I do that a lot deliberately, because I discovered that sometimes spending so much time on social media kind of like, it struggles with your, it strangles your peace. Like you see yourself losing your mind at some point because there's so much chaos on the internet. There's a lot of competition, there's a lot happening. There are even a lot of sad news that you would just be happy and then some things are happening. But deliberately staying away from some of those things can bring some level of peace. You try to intentionally stay away from chaotic situations. There are things we do that we try to avoid chaotic situations. Like I was saying about my dad, because he's very content with what he has, he's very satisfied. He doesn't put himself under unnecessary pressure. He doesn't try to fit in. He doesn't try to compare his life with anybody. He doesn't try to do so many things. He just lives his life one day at a time. He's not stressed at all. He's so peaceful. He stays away from trouble. He doesn't try to fight or quarrel with anybody. He just lives. And I used to see I look at his life and I'm like, this guy is just chilling. Nobody, no stress, nobody struggling with him or anything. Nobody trying to. It is like what God doesn't give to him. Of course, that is not to mean that he is lazy. I mean, he worked so hard until he retired. He makes sure he gives us every single thing we need. He did that. But he's someone that feels like you need to stay away from chaos in order to have a peaceful life. Contentment is one of the things that helps you live a peaceful life. Of course, there are so many things you have to contend for to have. There are so many things that would never fall into your hands if you don't fight for it, if you don't work hard. This is different from putting yourself in chaotic situation. In a bid to fit in a bid to compare your life with people end up in very chaotic situation. They end up struggling. You see yourself struggling so hard because you're not satisfied, because you want to be like A, you want to be like B. You see yourself struggling so hard. I discovered that if focusing on your goals, I feel that comparison should not be done in a way that it becomes detrimental. See, comparison puts us under pressure. Instead of comparison, it's better to have goals. Instead of saying, I want to be like this person, why not say, I want to achieve this? That person may limit you. That person may limit who you want to be. You want to be like maybe your neighbor who is doing something. How about you say, maybe your neighbor is earning 100 million, for instance. That's an exaggeration, but for instance. Why not say you want to desire to have maybe 200? It's better to focus on your goal. Because that's the truth. Comparison distracts you a lot. Because instead of you focusing on your achievements, you end up focusing on someone else. You are distracted. You are not able to, you make somebody else your template instead of you just working hard. You are not doing so much because you are so distracted by what is happening in the lives of another person. It distracts you. You see yourself putting yourself under pressure, and it makes you not to be kind to yourself because you feel you keep being hard on yourself. You keep telling yourself, oh, you are not doing enough. You don't appreciate your progress. You don't appreciate your process. You don't appreciate the effort you are putting in. You are putting in so much effort. You are achieving so much, but you are not appreciative of that because you are under pressure to be like someone else, because you are comparing your journey with somebody. I've come to realize that our paths and our journeys are different. You don't need to copy somebody else or compare yourself. We all are probably going somewhere, but will not arrive there at the same time and would not use the same means of transportation. I mean, there's no destination that has one route to that place. If for instance, I'm traveling from one place to another, there are different ways to get there. Some persons may get there by air, some by probably by road, some by even sea. And then some persons may use a shorter cut, some may use a longer cut. So there's no one way to a place. I remember when we just finished and then everybody's trying to oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's tempted to make you feel under pressure that, why am I not achieving this? And then you realize that later, even those that rush, you ended up coming to catch up with them or even overtake them. But they were always in a haste to, you would have you would have given up on yourself because you were not at that place they were at that time. You saw them running, you felt like, oh, why am I not running? And you forgot the fact that we all are different. We have different experiences. Even though we are going somewhere, we are not using the same transportation means, and we are not using the same paths. So you would end up putting yourself under pressure and end up not doing anything. If there's anything that I discovered that puts you under unnecessary pressure is comparison. You see yourself so overwhelmed, so stressed, and you end up even losing your focus from the thing you were supposed to do. You see so much chaos. You see yourself that you've lost your peace because you keep looking at A. When is A going to do this? I've not done that. I feel it's not a good way to live. When you begin to do things at your own time, you take life one day at a time, you discover it's bliss actually. You know, how my friend was telling me that even when people are hitting their head on the wall and stressing at me, I'm just there chilling. Because I'm like, there's no point. That's how I'm able to be more productive. Not trying to get into chaotic situation. That's how I'm able to be productive. Learning to take my life one day at a time. Not being put under unnecessary pressure. Because the truth in the end, why am I doing all of this? You could just even die and all of the struggles are in vain. There's nobody that died and you live with those things. Somebody else will probably enjoy all your stress, but of course that's not to say you don't do things when you're supposed to do. So if you're just joining this live, we're talking about living a peaceful life. And so don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, don't forget to drop your opinion. What do you think? We're talking about how you can reduce the level of chaos happening around you, and you can be very deliberate about it. Like taking it one step at a time, one goal at a time. See, no matter what you do, you can't put me under pressure. I'm going to do things. And I try to do things when I'm supposed to do it. It makes things easier for me and makes me to have peace than when I have to do it when I'm under pressure. Doing things at the time I'm supposed to do it. Not trying to put myself under unnecessary pressure. See, I don't allow people to put me under pressure based on their own standard. I remember there was a time people come and say, Esther, everybody is doing this. When are you going to do? I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do it at my own time. People are achieving this, people are achieving that. Why have you not achieved it? I have a different life. That's what I feel. I don't want people to put me under unnecessary pressure, so I don't allow it. I don't care what's happening around you. I am more concerned about what I want to achieve and what I want and what God is saying about my life per time. Thank you so much. If you're just joining, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment and like. So sometimes we allow people to put ourselves under unnecessary pressure. And then even people, I used to have a friend that, oh my God, back then, years back, anytime she comes around me, I always lose my peace. It seems she's always coming in with a lot of troubles. When I mean troubles, I mean troubles. So there's no time she will come around and will not end up maybe quarreling or having issues. I had to tell myself that it was time to let go of this kind of person. I can't keep losing my peace every time because of this kind of person. I need to let them go. Sometimes it's even the people around you. Some of them, they come in the form of putting you under pressure, stressing your life out, making you do things you're not supposed to do, trying to make you live up to a standard, trying to make you fit in. Some, they are just trouble people. Some, they are just like having somebody who is constantly in competition with you and you think the person is your friend and the person is constantly comparing your life with other people. And so there's no way you will live in peace with this kind of person. You need to let them go. So even people people kind of like contradict your life. So I discovered I was being drained, consistently drained, and consistently losing my peace. I'm somebody who likes peace so much. I don't like chaos. I stay away from anything that would see. Once anything makes me lose my peace, sincerely, I run away from it. If I'm getting to the point, even location, if I'm in a place and I lose my peace in that place, I'm leaving that place. So people, I had to let go of such people. If I see that anytime you come around me, I'm losing my peace, I'm not focused anymore, I just let go. Or even if I can't erase you completely from my life, I kind of like distance myself and relate with you from a distance. So you don't pollute the peace in my life. There was a time I walked away from a job years ago because I lost my peace at that job. Me, anywhere there's no peace, of course, it doesn't mean that I run away from trouble. I mean, there have been times that there've been a lot of chaos around me, but I try to avoid anything that makes me lose my peace or takes my joy. I mean, working in a place where it's a very toxic environment, it's very, very toxic. The money is good, the pay is good, but the atmosphere is too toxic, and I never have peace. Going home not sleeping well because you're thinking about going to work, and then knowing fully well that the job is messed up and there's no peace at your place of work, and everybody there is just some bunch of toxic people messing up your life. No matter the amount of money they are paying, you want to keep staying there. Because I can't function where there's so much chaos, where there's strife, there's toxicity, there's so much toxicity happening in the atmosphere. I can't survive in such situation. I had to let go. I had to change that place. So when it comes to a peaceful life, there are decisions you take deliberately to achieve that. You learn to walk away when you have to. You don't just remain in certain place. Don't just remain there. You take drastic decisions that would favor your peace, so to say. If you're just joining, this is Let's Talk with Emma. Today we're talking about living a peaceful life. If you have a question, you can ask. If you have like a comment, what's your own opinion about it? Earlier we're talking about, is it possible to live a life full of chaos? It's not completely possible, that's the truth. Because you can just avoid chaos, and chaos would find you where you are. But you can reduce it and live a life that is free of strife, it's free of so much chaos. You see yourself living, having relative peace, and you wonder why people look at you and they wonder why you are living a very simple life. It starts by living just a very simple life and not a very complicated life. Some of us have complicated our lives so much that it's hard for us to even stay peaceful. Because we've been able to dip our hands and things into situations that are making it very chaotic for us. So it's like a deliberate step to live a life that is free from certain things. I like that I'm not under any pressure to do anything, not to do anything, but to there's pressure that comes from an external pressure that is not you, that you don't go to find, but there's pressure that you induce by your attitude and your unseriousness. Imagine procrastinating. Imagine not doing things at when you are supposed to do it. Imagine doing so many things at the same time. Those things makes you lose your peace because you're trying to meet up, you're overwhelmed because there's so many things you're trying to do. You're living in competition with people. It's putting you under so much pressure because you're trying to meet up with the standard of somebody. You're trying to fit in. You are not satisfied. You're not content. See, I feel that one of the ways to live very simple is to be content with what you have. I'm saying it, this is relative and it's in a context. I'm not saying being satisfied with mediocrity or being satisfied with not having so much, like, oh, you're not earning enough, things are not going on in your life and you just accept it like that, or you are being treated unjustly and you just accept it. No, that's not what I mean. I mean living a life where you are not putting yourself under so much pressure, comparing yourself with other people, trying to fit in. You need to begin to do one thing at a time. so that you're not under so much pressure that your life is stressed. I know that I've said a few things. I hope that there've been a few things you've learned. Please don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like. This is going to be, I'm going to come on live again. I'm going to be, I think I'm going to be more frequent on live now. I've been very busy, so it's been hard coming on live because I've had to do a lot. And my consistency challenge is ending soon. I'm so excited. I'm going to end my consistency challenge on Monday. Oh my god, I'm so happy because it's been 97, 96 days of showing up, and it's almost 100 days, and I'm very excited. Is it Monday that I said? Today is the 96th. Oh, yeah. So I'm very happy that soon I'm going to end the consistency challenge, and it's exciting for me, and I look forward to doing more challenges that would help me grow and become better. Thank you always for supporting me. If you're just joining this live, this is Let's Talk with Anna. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to watch my other videos. I mean, this place is it's a beautiful place. It's small, but we are growing. There's a lot of amazing things that we are learning along this path. Yes, and there's a lot that we'll still learn. I don't do vlogs because I feel like my life is not that interesting that people would like to know. I have a very boring life. And I feel like I'm not in that place where people want to watch me. You do vlog and probably not get anybody view it because I mean your life is boring. You don't have like anything to show people to watch. So I keep it very simple for now. When I grow, when I go in this space, it will be better. Thank you so much for being here, for always watching my videos, for staying with me here. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day, or the rest. For some persons, they're going back to bed, so sleep tight, sleep well. For people that your day is just starting like mine, I hope we all have a good day and have a productive day, a successful day. I hope that I pray and hope that all the things that we intend to do, we achieve them. All the prayers we have in mind, they become answers. Thank you for joining, and have a nice night, a nice